Welcome to Omeletier. This is sort of a crazy idea I had one day when I was at some kind of buffet and I saw how omelets were being made. I just thought this would make a fun idea for a game. So I'm not so sure about this one. The execution for making a omelet making video game was difficult. So we'll let the kids be the judge of how much they like this one. Anyway, the object is to make the best omelet possible. By the time your omelet's done, you'll be giving it over to a judge who will judge just how good the omelet is. And there's a series of challenges that you have to go through to try to make the omelet as tasty as possible. So the first thing I do is click play. Step 1 says crack the eggs against the rim of the bowl with exactly the right force. Add milk and then beat. Make sure to beat the mixture for the correct time. So I click start. And so watch what I do here. So I'm going to take one of these eggs. I'm going to bring it over this area. I'm going to try to hit it right where that white line on the force meter is right here. So let's see if I can get it close. Not perfect. So I got a score of 3. So I have one more. That was a little bit better. So on both I got 3. The object is to get 5 on both. And so now the arrow is pointing the milk, so I just take the milk and it'll ask you how much of the milk do you want to pour. So the best answer, I'll give you this clue, is 1/4 of the cup. So I pour 1/4 cup in. Then I take the beater and I have to beat it without, so watch, I'm going to spin it around using my mouse or using my finger pad, or if I'm on a tablet, just my finger. And I don't want to let go. I'm going to keep going. See the mix meter? I want it to get all the way to the end before lifting. And let's see how I do. So I got a total score of 26. It says you used too much force on the first egg and you used too much force on the second egg. That's all right. So I did a good job beating the egg. So I got 26 out of 30 there. So I'm going to click continue. It says grease the pan with the right amount of butter. Then turn on the oven to the correct setting, melt the butter, and then add the mixture. So I click start. It says tap the butter cubes to put them on the pan. Rotate the knob to turn on the heat. So watch this. I think I'm going to put 2 on. I'm going to turn this to, let's try medium heat. Then I'm going to put the mixture in, drag it over, pour it in. I didn't put enough butter, so I got 13. So obviously I'm supposed to put more butter. I didn't grease the pan enough. So I click continue. As the omelet heats, use the spatula to help the omelet form along its edges. Okay, so I click start, and now I'm going to take this, and I have to edge it until the whole thing turns a darker yellow. So you see, and I have to do it before the mix timer goes off. So now I want to do it over here, a little bit more, and I better hurry on this. Looks like I didn't quite get enough. I was pretty close though. So it says the edges weren't separated enough. So I continue. So one more big part of this. This is adding the toppings and then folding the omelet. So I click start. So I have all these different toppings. Good omelet has lots of different toppings. So let's try doing this. And hit those arrows because there's more toppings. Bacon is always good on an omelet. Mushrooms, looks like parsley. And then, okay, so I think I have enough. Then I take the spatula and I have to, I have to go at the same speed as this meter. So let's see if I can do that. Pretty good. Cracked a little bit. So it says step 4, score 15. Too few fillings. I didn't put enough fillings in and I folded too fast. So I click continue. And even though my omelet's not perfect, I'm going to give it to the judge. And as you can see, here's my score breakdown. I did some things well, adding the milk, the mixture beating. The butter was a problem. I didn't put enough butter on. Temperature was good. Preheating consistency good. Cooking time, I got 7. Fillings quantity, I needed to put some more fillings in. And as we saw, I didn't quite fold it enough. So I got 71. Let's see my certificate. That's a pretty good omelet. You could do better. I've seen the best I've gotten is in the low 90s before. So this is kind of a fun game. It should teach you how to essentially make an omelet. And again, the object is to give the judge as tasty an omelet as possible. And to score as high as possible. So kids will like this because they'll compete with their kids, compete with their classmates to see who can get the best rated omelet.